Hi, fellow traders. I have already taken sell position in CAD JPY, and I'm going to share my analysis of Canadian dollar with you. If you remember last analysis of USD CAD, then you must know about this three drive which I had already discussed, and I had taken buy position which was closed in profit. This was the first drive. This was second drive, and this was third drive. Mathematically, this three drive was correct because the second drive was almost 127.2% extension of first retracement. This was the line, this horizontal line, 127.2 of the first RET means retracement of the three drive. And the final drive, the last drive was 127.2 of the this retracement. So this three drive is let me rename this. Okay, that's fine. Second retracement. So final drive, third drive was the 127.2 of second retracement. So mathematically it was perfect three drive, and market had reacted from this level. Apart from this technical picture, there was fundamental news. Canadian dollar had started weakening since speech of Trump following retaliation of Iran uh, on after assassination of Qasem Soleimani. So this whole event had really made crude oil volatile. Crude oil has initially gained after assassination of Qasem Soleimani when Iran had said to retaliate. But Trump did not react aggressively after retaliation of Iran. Trump had simply said that economic things will be an answer, and crude oil has been losing ever since then. Canadian dollar is also losing because Canadian dollar is correlated with crude oil. Canada is the most one of the most predominant exporters of oil. So that is the fundamental uh, logic to support the weakness of Canadian dollar. So initially the target was only this 38.2 of whole move down from this to this point, and initially the Fibonacci extension was this from this to this point. It was like this, and ABCD 161.8% was completed here, which coincided with this 38.2 of this swing, not the whole three drive. But the target of three drive is decided as per the whole three drive. So now I'll change this Fibonacci to starting point of the first drive. So what can be the next target if USD CAD is still going up and if this trend to the upside continues? Because now trend has already shifted to the bullish side. This is the MACD predictor line, this red line, and trend has already shifted to the bullish side on the day of completion of our first target, that was the January 9, and this has now going to the upside. So next target can be now as per this recent ABCD, which is not this anymore. Now this recent ABCD is this ABCD. So this ABCD 100 is almost making a resistance cluster of this 38.2 of the whole three drive. From this point to this point, 38.2 of the whole three drive is here, and the new ABCD 100 is here. So next target will be this 31.766, 31.83, something 84. So something between 31.76 and 31.84 will be the next target of USD CAD. But I'm not taking position in USD CAD. The logic is to sell Canadian dollar. So I'm not selling against USD. Rather, I'm selling Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. So instead of taking a buy position on USD CAD, I have taken a sell position on CAD JPY. And there is a similar setup. So let's go to Canadian dollar. But before I go to CAD JPY, let me tell you the story of USD JPY, which will support taking Japanese yen as the counter currency. So if we look at the recent development in USD JPY, this was a very furious upward movement because of losses of Japanese yen following following the speech of Trump after the retaliation of Iran. So this has already hit the psychological level 110, and not only 110 was hit, but it had gone up to 110.2, 110.203 and closed around 109.974. So we can simply understand that there is a reaction from 110, and gradually USD JPY is supposed to retrace to the downside. If it is not going to reverse, at least there will be some reaction, because USD JPY has a nature of making some retracement after continues to the upside. If you look at also from this point to this point, there was a reaction. There was a reaction. There was always a reaction after a swing. So we can't say that this will keep going to the upside. There will be a reaction, and Japanese yen will correct itself after this significant loss. So when Japanese yen will correct itself, then definitely Japanese yen in upcoming days, maybe few 2 3 days or maybe a week, will be slightly stronger than US dollar. So instead of selling Canadian dollar versus US dollar, it is a good idea to sell Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. So let's go to Japanese CAD JPY now. So so this is CAD JPY chart, and we have a three drive here also on CAD JPY. This is the first drive. Let me make this line blue. Okay. 82048, 82063, correct. So now everything has been plotted correctly. First drive, second drive, and third drive. Third drive can go till here, but it's not necessary. Third drive can complete at 127.2 of the second retracement. So this is a perfect three drive. Let me tell you why. Second drive is equal to first drive. This is A, B, C, D 100% extension, or you can say AB equals CD. FE 100 of first ABCD, correct? As well as this is 161.8 of the first retracement. If we calculate the extension according to the length of this first retracement, then 161.8 will come here. This 161.8 of the first RED, first retracement, which is coinciding almost with the Fibonacci 100, this ABCD. So this was the second drive. Now we have to understand exhaustion of the price. Three drive is considered to be a reversal pattern because it shows the exhaustion of the price. The speed is slowing down. If we compare the speed from here to here, this was the speed. Let me change the color of this line. Okay. All right, so this green line is a speed line. Do not confuse it with the drive line. So this was the speed. Second time, the speed was little less than the previous speed. You can see it, it has fallen to this. And last drive was even slower than the second drive. It has fallen to this. So it shows that the speed is slowing down. And it is perfect for three drive to work as reversal pattern. And if speed is slowing down, it's not necessary that third drive will also be equal to the second drive or will be 161.8% of the last retracement. So if it will be very harmonic, then it should be like this, because the A B equals CD was here. If we plot the Fibonacci extension of, simply we measure as per the length of this, then the third drive should be like this. And this is also coinciding with 161.8% of the last retracement, second retracement. So maybe three drive could be completed here, but it's not necessary. Minimum mathematical requirement for completion of the last drive or any drive in the three drive is 127.2% extension of previous retracement. So 127.2 of the this previous retracement, second retracement is right here, and market has already reacted from here. Having seen the slowing down in the speed, I believe that this is going to work, and market is going to read from here. And so market has already fallen down, and I have taken position already at 84.0. Just a second, let me tell you my entry point. I have taken position 84.085. I've taken my sell position. So if this three drive is going to work, at least we should get 30% retracement against this whole three drive. So 30% of this whole three drive will come around this area. Let me show you. Let me plot the 0.3, 30 of whole three drive. If a reversal pattern doesn't work for full reversal, it can at least cause 30% retracement. This is what I always say. So this will be the target of reversal caused by this three drive, that is 82.628. But am I targeting this 32.628? No, this will be completed, maybe or may not be completed if some other factors will come into the picture and will affect the market. Nobody knows that market will slightly come down and may go to this area and complete this three drive in line with the previous drives. So here, so we have to careful. If we are taking sell from here, we have to exit as soon as possible to avoid any further impact, any fundamental impact, maybe caused by the crude oil, maybe caused by anything else. So I'm not targeting this 30%, rather I'm targeting 30% of the just recent drive. So let's look at the 30% of recent drive. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Recent drive was started from this point. Let me make this precise. All right, now it's fine. Okay. All right, so the 30% of the last drive, the only this drive that is on daily time from here to here, 30% of this drive is 83.474. This is going to be my target, and this is already satisfying the risk reward. From my entry point 84.085, let me check how much risk and how much is my reward. 84.085. All right here precisely. So the risk is 32 plus a spread, so maybe 35, 26 pips. Reward is 61 minus a spread, so that is around 57, 58 pips. So 58 pips is my reward, and 35 pips is my risk. So reward is already bigger than the risk, and this trade is really good in terms of risk reward. That's why now I'm not targeting much. I'm just going to exit right here, and then I'll be looking at the further development. And if it will continue to the downside, I may re-enter sell again. But right now I'll close my sell here, and then I'll make another video if I'll see further development. That's all about the Canadian dollar analysis right now. Thank you for watching.